Now, other news in Spain. Freak floods and landslides cause over £1 million worth of damage in County Mayo. Mo Mowlam calls for new ceasefire and says time is running out for Sinn Féin. And violence in Pamplona as people protest at the death of a Basque politician. Good evening. First tonight to County Mayo, where freak floods and landslides are believed to have caused over £1 million worth of damage to houses, farm buildings, roads and bridges. The Minister of State at the Department of Health, Dr. Tom Moffat, visited the area this afternoon and said he would be seeking immediate emergency aid from the government to help flood victims.
A raging torrent of mud-laden water raced through his house last night, destroying everything in its path. Today, Peter McMenamin was still in a state of shock and disbelief. A returned emigrant who had worked with British construction firms from the Falkland Islands to Dubai, he was forcing the tears back as he picked his way through the mountain of debris which had once been his dream retirement home.
It all came in the bathroom.
This was your new suit?
New suit, yeah.
All of your clothes have been destroyed?
All my clothes destroyed.
At the height of last night's storm, Peter and his brother John attempted to flee from their home. They almost lost their lives in doing so.
Them two doors was banging and the next thing she was up to here. So I don't know how we crawled along this wall and got out, but I was 2 hours hanging on to that wall there. And it up to here. And the brother made a dive and he was left it and struck again Haley's door. I thought he was gone. I blessed myself with my left hand. I thought he was finished. But Patrick Healy then pulled him through the window.
The front door there was halfway up of water. I couldn't open the front door. And if I did, the house would be flooded altogether. So this is how we got him in. He's very lucky.
Local people estimate that £1 million worth of damage was done by the 2-hour downpour and landslide. 50 sheep and a still unaccounted number of cattle were drowned, and potato and oats crops were washed away.
We tried to keep the farmers here, we couldn't, when I lost all my spuds is gone and oats is all gone. All my hay is gone. The only I've left is a few bales of silage.
Despite the huge losses, there was a genuine sense of relief today that no lives were lost at the height of the night of terror.
We're very fortunate that nobody was lost. And now it's up to the Council and the Department of the Environment. I've already contacted Noel Dempsey, and certainly we'll have to ask the Department of the Environment to come in immediately and see what can be done in the short term and in the long term also.
The Northern Secretary and